Hey guys, I wanted to showcase an event, a controversy if you will, that happened recently. A YouTuber by the name of This Is Amy recently visited our LoSec. Now, I did come across some of her videos before and right away something was off for me. I can't explain it, I guess it's just a feeling you get, but it left me with a weird vibe. It was like she presented herself as someone different than she really was. I didn't think much of it and I moved on. Then one day suddenly, my dudes told me they were contacted by someone, claiming they will solo us all. They linked the name and I made the connection. It's that Amy character. So my dudes told me she said she wants to join initially or something, then flipped it, then she'll come here to solo us and get fun by killing us all. I'm usually the one to face challenges or threats towards my pilots. I made a red and I told my dudes to go ahead and fight as she's not welcomed around. Of course, I don't like it when people approach my alliance in such an arrogant and silly way, so I responded. The next time I saw Amy in my public channel, I started a convo. Oh, so you're gonna solo us all, huh? I'm my usual aggressive and threatening self. I never shied away from being brash or rough around the edges. However, the key difference and something that I've always fought for is keeping the banter in-game and relatively classy. That means not using very bad swear words, discrimination, or reaching out to the person behind the screen. Mock the skills of a player, the ship choice or failures, sure. This can keep the game interesting, but many don't find this enough, so they go beyond it. So I trash talked and pushed Amy a bit. Confronted with this, she does respond, both from her main Monica as well as her alt RSO. She was saying that I'm going bold and that I should clean my room. Like my initial feeling that something was off about Amy, I saw where this is going. My goal here was to get some proof about my feeling and show it. I wrote something like a prediction or disclaimer if you will. One where I said, I'm not interested in being nice, not interested in discussing her content or mine, or engage in anything else other than cold, objective PvP. I stick to that point and to my right to kill, chase, or make someone's life and space miserable if I so choose to. I don't like her and I'm not interested in the twists and turns she wants to make out of this, which is what happened anyway and perhaps might still happen in the future after this. She ends on a subtle comment that my mother would say the same thing about my room, which you can interpret in any way you like, but it can also be a hint at an insult. What's my mom have to do with anything in this conversation? I got into a fast frigate chasing her in system and towards another low-sec, Amy. No fight happened and she even interpreted my sarcastic comment, haha okay winning, as me saying I'm winning. Obviously not the case, I was simply mocking her unwillingness to engage. I might have lost some of you on the way and I completely understand. It can sometimes be tiring to break down an event and see what really happened. However, I feel I can showcase something interesting regarding Amy. So if you can bear with me, let's break it down. I think no matter what I say, this is pigeon chess, very common in EVE. It's something like trying to play chess with a pigeon. It knocks the pieces over, craps on the board, and flies back to its flock claiming victory. Amy, you basically lied on multiple occasions. When your viewers pointed out the mistake you made by going beyond the game, you corrected them by saying no insults or criticism of the person, or I didn't say anything negative about the person. Well, is that true? No. When my dudes commented on your video or other viewers that were more direct, you deleted the comments. You carefully select the image you want to show of yourself. My member, Tacitus, challenged you to a fair one-on-one duel at the Sun. It is a rule in my group to respect those. You presented it as a good catch, you didn't mention it was a duel. You said, how could we let him die like that? Well, what was he doing at the Sun, belt ratting? You can even see it in the video that he talks to you in local saying, let's have fun. Shortly after, someone else from the Alliance scanned down your garment and killed it. You justified this by saying, I let you kill me, something I heard you say before. You told them you didn't know you could be scanned down running your micro drive and going so fast. Quite the contrary, it blooms your signature and you're easier to scan. The justification is most petty. It shows how fragile your ego is by not accepting any loss. You leave out the little mistakes such as derping to Concord. Your armor is this fake humble person mask you wear. Fooling many I bet, but not me. You are beyond risk adverse, and the advice you give people honestly is bad. It's your choice to avoid risk and challenge, but don't taint the community with it. It has enough of that already. Let's take a closer look, shall we? I can see that on your alt, you mostly have frigates and capsule kills, more than half of it. What about your main? More than half your kills are frigates, capsules, and rookie ships. I'll casually scroll through to find the trend, but spoiler, it's ventures. Hey look, I enjoy killing rookies as well, but having a steady diet of ventures will starve you of actual skill. It may show some interesting stats and pump the KB, but that's about it. Besides the endless pages of ventures, there is some F1 stuff at the end of it. Where's the challenge? Sure, that's your playstyle, but it doesn't match the arrogance. Maybe you think the win is the passive income you get out of the YouTube as you boast it, the one you get by fooling your viewers about the real you. This somehow justifies all means to an end, and you feel above it all with what you do, say, or choose not to say, but you're not above it. No one is. You stated that everyone who puts themselves out there are open to feedback, so I hope you're open to my feedback. I think you have a huge but fragile ego. I think you are dangerously risk-adverse and can't accept the feeling of loss that Eve can provide. You wear a mask of someone humble, when in reality you think very greatly of yourself. You change facts, you hide stuff, you lie, whatever you feel gets you closer to some kind of result you want. It's not roleplay, before you want to use that as your shield. The YouTube doesn't exist in the Eve universe, and neither does the person behind the screen controlling entropy. Approaching that subject is not roleplay. And you're right, you are winning, but a single player version of Eve that happens in your mind. In there, I bet you're Jack Sparrow, but in the real world, where we play the real Eve, you're garbage. You wanna have a go at me? Sure, do it. But be ready to take the heat when I have a go at you. Because the way I do is with spaceships in space, in the real Eve.